This is Margaret here at Spartan Race World Championships, and I have Joe Sena here. He's taken a few minutes of his time prepping for the race on Saturday. So Joe, thanks for taking a few seconds to talk to us.
No problem. I just want to make this clear. This is not coffee. I don't drink coffee. This is just water. Just for those of you that are concerned. I drink hot water. Kind of feels like you're having a coffee, but you don't need coffee. Do burpees if you need coffee.
So there you had it. Joe Sena doesn't drink coffee, and he is drinking hot water from Starbucks. But Joe, tell me a little bit about this weekend. What are you most excited about?
Well, so I just hiked the course, and it is brutal. We've got cold water. We've got 3 or 4 new obstacles. They are tough because I just failed one, and then just the terrain, the up and down. I think I saw a couple of rattlesnakes out there too. It's gonna be a tough. It's gonna be a tough weekend. So
you're a pretty accomplished athlete yourself. What is your recommendation for the average person that's going to be out here over the weekend?
I would say my recommendation is if you're on your way out here, turn around and go home. This is going to be way too hard for you. This is the World Championship, so we had to amp it up, and you are definitely going to get out of your comfort zone. You know, our motto is to get you ripped off the couch, out of your comfort zone, out over your skis, so uncomfortable that it changes your life. And I guarantee you this weekend, your life will be changed.
Excellent. And you guys had just announced yesterday, or last night, I believe, that there's a rule change with the rope climb. Can you talk about what that
The rope climb is not actually a rope. Is not actually a rule change. It's always been this way. We just haven't published it. And so you're either ring the bell or you don't. For the last few years, what we did is if you got your feet off the ground and you came back down to the ground, you would burpee out. Now what we're saying is you can go up and come down and then attempt it again and again, which has always been the rule. We just didn't publish that. Ultimately, you got to ring the bell. If you can't ring the bell, you've got to go burpee out. So elites, if they went up, 3 inches off the ground and had a bad grip and came back down, they would not be forced to burpee out.
Excellent.
Nor the general public either. So this applies to everybody.
So I know you don't like to give away any new obstacles, but is there, maybe you can just tell us the name of one? What's your favorite new obstacle?
Yeah, so the name I'm going to give you, where I grew up in Queens, we had nicknames for everybody, Sal the welder, Johnny the pizza guy. And so the nicknames I have for these obstacles might be different, but the one I just did is the gorilla bag. And not allowed to curse on this thing, but it was hard. I think everybody's gonna have a tough time with that one. Don't mess with the gorillas.
And can you just touch briefly on the weather? I mean, we've all kind of probably, anybody who's gonna be in Tahoe this weekend has been religiously checking the weather every hour. Looks like Sunday is gonna be pretty chilly for the Ultra Beasters. How do you deal with that colder weather conditions?
Well, you know the deal because you were in Vermont in the early days. The reason we're not as profitable as we should be is we bought a weather machine, and on the side of the trailer we can adjust the weather whether we want it to be extremely hot or extremely cold. And so we're starting out with some sun here, but Russell's back at base camp and he's turning the dial, so we're expecting some flurries. It's supposed to be 20 degrees I think Sunday morning, which is going to make the water very chilly. I'd come out with a wetsuit if I were you guys. It's gonna be rough out here.
I actually already know one of your pro team members is flying in from Texas, and she has a wetsuit pack.
Yeah, I would be bringing a wetsuit. It's gonna be brutal, but World Championships are meant to be brutal.
Any last words of encouragement to those competing this weekend?
There's nothing bad is going to come out of pushing yourself hard. Every time you get out of that comfort zone, you come out a better person, and this weekend will be no different. So come out and push yourself as hard as you can, and I promise you, you will be happy and thank me.
Awesome. Thanks, Joe, so much for joining us on Mud Run Guide, and are you going to go out on the mountain this weekend?
I'm going to be out on the mountain Saturday. I got a bunch of CEOs from different companies coming out. I got Dean Karnassus coming out, and this is really turning in. I think we got 60 countries represented. So it's going to be a pretty wild weekend.
Awesome. Well, we will look for you out on the course this weekend.
You got it.